Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Shri Shailabhijanamburashishram Shri Krishna Tatatmajam Shri Shailanve Devanatha Sudhya Praptagamantadvayam Padabje Narsimhatate Guroho Nyastatma Rakshabharam Vidvadvranda Chakora Sindiramaham Ramanujaryam Shraye Sriranga Sudha Madhu Samaswadayantam Sriranga Mahishi Padapankajatmajam Sulabhashrayam Sada Modasiddhamadbhutam Bhajeham Gurum Tam Ranganatha Priyam Sukhasanastham Hridayabjapite Chinmudraya Lankata Pani Padmam Shubhopavitam Vimalordha Pundram Namami Rangam Gurum Antarange Namami Yoga Samragni Vijayam Vijayapradam Srirangardha Sanasinam Karunam Mamataram Guru Rupa Paranjyotihi Jyoti Rupa Guru Paraha Ajnana Mandiram Yetate Guru Vijnana Mandiram Mukang Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhete Girim Itkripa Tamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yo Antah Pravishya Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatyakila Shaktidhara Swadhamna Anyamscha Hastacharana Shravanatvagaadine Krishna Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Jayatyashrita Santrasa Dhvanta Vidvamsanodaya Prabhavan Sitaya Devya Paramavyoma Bhaskaraha Sakrideva Prapannaya Tavasmiti Chayachate Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyaha Dadamyetad Mama Manojavam Marutatulya Jitendriyam Buddhimatham Varishtham Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukyam Sriramadutam Shirasanam Vedavedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje Veda Prache Tasadasite Sakshad Ramayanatmana. With salutations to our Guru and the Guru of all Gurus. We'll commence our session today. I hope you are able to hear me. Very happy Sharan Navaratri once again to all of you. In Sanskrit, it is actually called Sharan Navaratra and not Navaratri. That is something to note. And the Navaratras are usually celebrated in all seasons except for Varsharutu and the Margashira Masam. This used to happen several centuries ago. Then later on, it became two seasons. One is Vasanta Navaratri and the other one is Sharan Navaratra. And what we call as Dashahara is, you call it, whenever you book a hotel, they say 9 nights, 10 days, 3 nights, 4 days. So like that, the 10th day is usually Vijayadashami. And it's really a festive occasion to celebrate. And it's a harvesting season for Nalli Silks and Nalita Jewelers, isn't it? So it is a time for all the ladies of our house to get decked in the best possible attire. And, it's a time to visit one another and share that joy and happiness. And it is to be noted that if at all you are trotting around, this sense of joy comes automatically. You don't need to make any extra effort during this season. So that is the greatness of our Maharshis, to have figured out that there is something in the air, as they say. And why not, capture the essence and extract the best from the atmosphere when it is automatically filled with happiness and joy. as we say, as we all know, the more the people we celebrate happiness with, it multiplies. So therefore, while this is a great occasion to mingle with others and enjoy and celebrate the divinity on an individual level, on a personal level, apart from Nalli Silks, Lalita Jewellers, and perhaps Adayar Ananda Bhavan Sweets. The three other things to focus on will be Adi Bhautikam, Adi Daivikam, and Adhyatmikam. And at the Bhautika level, we essentially keep Golu that you see behind me and display, if possible, all the 33 Kodi Devategal. They are all there during this time to come and bless the humanity. But physically, technically, it's not possible. So we limit the display of these Golos. These are all made of mrit or the clay. Yeah, mrit. But what they depict is Amaratvam. That is something we should bear in mind. The Adi Daivikam, we all know that during this season, we remember the divinity and sing praises of the Lord. So those of you who have excellent throat and good ears, which don't mind what the others are singing, this is the right season for you to look out for brides and bridegrooms. You make others sing. This used to happen in earlier days in India, when the ladies would go and select their prospective daughters-in-law. And the aspect of singing, Sangeeta Jnanamu Bhakti Vina, as Tyagaraja says, when you add sugar to coffee, it tastes better, even though you may be a diabetic person, isn't it? You love to have sugar in coffee. Like that, we should add bhakti to Sangeetam. Then it becomes Sangeeta Amritam. And that is the Daivi spirit. That's the Adi Daivikam. And Adhyatmikam, if you have the good fortune of having a guru to guide you, this is the best season to also go inwards. And the kingdom there apparently is so vast that this is a great time to relish what is said in the Upanishads. So therefore, this season is not to be missed. The Navaratra season should not be missed. And that is the reason why there is a parampara to celebrate it. No matter what is your physical status, how much ever you may feel body ache and other things, you will forget all of that when you immerse in this divinity. Right? And what we are showing here on the right side, those of you, again, who are in London, please feel free to visit us until end of day Wednesday, is the Ramayanam depicted in as far as possible. So there are, murtis there that depict Sundara Kandam also. I will probably show it to you towards the end of the session. So we'll commence our session with these opening remarks. Yeah. I think we were in shloka number 39, if I am not wrong. Yatha Raghava Nirmuktaha Sharaswasana Vikramaha Gachet Tadvat Gamishyami Lankam Ravana Palitam. So Sri Hanuman is in the perfect position now, and he became one with the divine aspect of Rama's arrow. And he's reflecting on the fact that just like the arrow when it leaves Rama's bow has its own direction and speed, strength, and aspect of reaching its goal, I will perform the task that is ordained on me. Tatvad Gamishyami Lankam Ravana Palitam. So that is the level of surrender that Hanuman had with Sri Ramachandra Murthy. So if you all can recall or note that the arrow has no thought process of its own. It completely surrenders to the person who is using the bow, isn't it? Only thing is it should go and land in the right bow. That's it. Right? Then it gets the energy, direction, and target. And it doesn't have to think about where it will reach. As Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Samshayatma Vinashyati. If you have too much of doubt, right, that's not good for us in the spiritual path. Of course, it should not be a Mudanambikai. It should not be superstitious. In as far as your buddhi is also having the right conviction and says, yes, this is the goal, this is the guru, this is the margam, then the more the faith you infuse in the process, the better it will be. And perhaps that's the lesson that Anjaneya is conveying here, that I am indeed equal to the arrow of Sri Ramachandra. Nahi drakshyamiritam lankayam janakatmajam anenaiva hi vegena gamishyami suralayam. Even this we saw, that if I am not able to find Sita in the Lanka, I will ascend to the heavens and look for her there. Yadiva tidive Sita nadrakshyamya kritashramaha badhva rakshasa rajanam anaishyami ravanam. If I am not able to find her in the heavens, I will tie Ravana and bring him here. That is the third thing that he mentioned. I think 42 is where we have to start today, isn't it? Sarvatha kritakaryoham eshyami sahasitaya aneshyami valankam samutpatya saravanam. So the three things that he has mentioned so far. One is I will land in Lanka and then look for Sita. If she is there, I will bring her. If she is not there, the second one, I will ascend to the heavens. The third one, if I am not able to find her there, I will catch hold of the neck of the guy who took her. It is Ravana himself, so I will bring him here. Now what is he saying? Aham sarvatha kritakaryaha saha sitaya eshyami va saravanam lankam samutpatya anayeshyami. In other words, it is easy to identify an individual, fight with them and bring them. But if you are not able to locate the individual, what would you do? It is very interesting what Hanuman is mentioning here. Sa Ravanam Lankam Samutpatya Anayishyami. Sa Ravanam, along with Ravana, the entire Lanka is saying now. Forget about Ravana. The entire Lanka, Samutpatya, I will uproot the entire Lanka along with Ravana, because he is the landowner there paying the property taxes, right? And then Anayishyam, I will bring him here. But before that, he is qualifying who he is. Aham sarvatha kritakaryaha. That is the beauty of Hanuman, that he is so confident that whatever kritakaryaha, sarvatha kritakaryaha, whatever work he undertakes, he completes. Unlike many of us, including me, we start with some work and we may not end up completing the work. So we can't call ourselves as Kritakaryaha, right? And it's very important to note that he will not only complete the work, he will do it in the best possible manner. So that's the reason why we pray to Lord Hanuman for any Karya Siddhi. There are temples which say Karya Siddhi Hanuman, just like Visa Balaji and others, isn't it? You pray to them, you get your visa. There is no need to qualify Hanuman as Karya Siddhi Hanuman. If you just call him Hanuman, he will do it for you. By his very nature, he is a Kritakaryaha. So Sarvatha Kritakaryaha, and he is very successful in doing it. So the term Kritakaryam also includes the outcome. It is not just the duty. What's the outcome? The outcome will always be success. That is what Hanuman is so confident about. And these are the 4 levels of confidence boosters, right? We are all having our booster doses of COVID vaccine, isn't it? If you are lucky, that is. So it's like that. He is giving the booster dose to the Vanaras there. That don't worry, I will ensure that there is a positive outcome out of this effort that I am undertaking. Eva muktva tu Hanuman Vanaran Vanarottamaha Utpapatatha Vegena Vegavana Vicharayan Suparnamiva Chatmanam Mene Sakapi Kunjaraha. Sometimes these slokas come in couplets. Sometimes there is only one line. The second line will be missing. Okay. So these are 3 slokas which go together. Eva Muktva Vanarottamaha Hanuman. Okay. The great among Vanaras, who is Hanuman. Vanarane Eva Muktva. He addressed the Vanaras in this manner, which we just saw. Atha Avicharayanne, meaning he didn't have to think much. Vegavane Vegena Utpapata. He started to speedily leap ahead. Utpapata is to leap forward. Right? Avicharayanne. That means he didn't think. So doesn't this look like a anticlimax? He is a person who is endowed with great buddhi and manas. And we are saying here, Avicharayanne Utpapata. He didn't think much and he leapt forward. No. So what is the big difference? The difference is, what is the state in which he was in? In the last class, we have seen that he has taken a bodily posture, right? Then he infused himself with Tejas and Shakti. The third one is he was able to control the prana. All of this is accomplished. If you have done all these 3, then you don't have to think much. So that's the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. When they say that, there needs to be a lot of bank balance to get into a state where you can completely surrender. So surrender is actually not easy. It is easily said than done. That Atma Samarpana Bhavam comes with a great deal of background work. And that is what Hanuman has already done here. He is even saying, I am like the arrow of Lord Ramachandra. So the arrow need not think, isn't it? As long as it is in the right bow, it is in the right hands, then you don't have to think. At the same time, the arrow itself should be, it should not be like a pulla. Telugu. It should be very strong. That is what Hanuman is. He has Mahashakti. He is a Mahabalaha. So all the underlying conditions are all addressed. Therefore, you don't have to think. So that's what we should keep in mind, because the doubting Thomasiness will keep coming back again and again. Avicharayan eppadi varumna ippadi dhaan varum. This is the way Avicharayan will happen. Papata Kapi Kunjaraha. He is the best among the Vanaras. In this case, it is Hanuman is equated to an elephant, Kunjaraha. The other analogy Valmiki gives, Atmanam Suparnamiva Mene. Suparna. அப்படி நிறைய பேர் வச்சிருப்பா இல்லையா? பர்ணம்னா feathers அர்த்தம். So who is Suparna? One who has excellent feathers and wings. Parnamna patramnu agum. Patramna letter illa leaves. Seriya. So Suparna is Garuda. So the Valmiki is not giving this analogy. It is Hanuman himself who is thinking Atmanam Suparnamiva mene. Hanuman felt that I am Garuda. So therefore, from a Tattvic perspective, whenever we see Mahavishnu, we see Hanuman and Garuda. So they are both equal to each other. I don't know if you are able to see behind, there are both Hanuman and Garuda in this Golu. They are both Devatas who are full of prana, the right kind of prana, the right kind of energy, and extreme Kaikarya Bhavam to the Lord. They are ready to be at the service of the Lord. And they know who the Lord is, who their overlord is. All of these conditions are satisfied. Therefore, Hanuman is equating himself to Garuda. And to note the fact that perhaps in this avataram, the Lord himself, when he descends as an avatara Purusha, he comes with his entire retinue. Right? He came with Lakshmana. We all know based on what Acharyas have mentioned, who each of these individual other people are. So Garuda is probably missing in this entire retinue of people. So we have Jatayu and Sampati, who are not Garuda himself, but Garutman is somebody who is a Veda Purusha. He knows all the Vedas and the Saram of the Veda. And we have earlier seen the great qualities of Hanuman as mentioned by Lord Rama himself, isn't it? I hope some of you may recall, in earlier sessions we have seen how Hanuman is he knows all the 4 Vedas and their meanings. Therefore, no wonder that he is treating himself equivalent to Garuda. So therefore, we should not differentiate between Garuda and Hanuman. Samutpatati tasminstu vekate nagarohinaha samhritya vitapan sarvan samutpetus samantataha. So the scene that is, beautiful scene that is described here is that Hanuman, he is starting to take flight. And what is something that is going along with him is what is described here. Okay. So you would have seen that Hanuman actually ascends the Mahendragiri. Ascends na enna or calling anga vechar avladhan. So he is now at the top of the Mahendragiri and he is taking flight from there. And we have seen what chaos he created to the trees and the flora, fauna, etc. So some trees, shrubs are all stuck to his feet. So the description here is about Tasmin Samutpatati Vegate Te Nagarohinaha. Nagarohinaha basically means the various trees. Tasmin Samutpatati. Along with Hanuman, who are the other people who are leaping ahead are basically the trees. The trees that are around Hanuman's feet. He is so tall and mighty that the trees now are also getting lifted off along with Hanuman. That is what is described here. Sarvan Vitapan Samhritya. Vitapam means branches. So the trees that got entangled in his feet, they are all Samantataha Samutpetu. From all over, they also flew along with him. So again, this is laws of physics are respected here, unlike in Bollywood, Collywood, Tollywood, isn't it? There is no laws of physics there. Whereas here, the force with which Hanuman is lifting himself upwards, he is actually sucking with him the trees as well. So that is the beautiful description that you can see here. Samattako ishtikaman padapan pushpashalinaha Utvahan uruvegena jagama vimalembare saha matta koishti makan pushpashalinaha padapane uruvegena udvahan vimale ambare jagama. What this means is along with the trees, there are also some birds. Matta koishti makan is a type of birds, okay, that are also present along with the trees there. Pushpashalinaha, all the trees are blooming, full of flowers. Padapan are trees. Uru vegena, with the speed of his thighs. Uruna, thighs. Urvashi, Urvashi, among the three, Rambha, Urvashi and Menaka, Urvashi is the person who is actually born out of the Uru of Mahavishnu himself. So, Yarkana and the moon perla all the wives close your ears. You should go after Urvashi because she has a lot of divinity in her, having been born from Mahavishnu himself. Seriya? So, Padapan Pushpashalinaha Udvahanne Vimale Ambare. Udvahanne, he is carrying along with him. Where? Abdinaka Vimale Ambare. The Akasham, that is very, very Vimalam. There is no Malam there. Very clean, pristine. So that is the scene that you should picturize yourself in. Hanuman, that is anybody who surrenders to Hanuman, remember that you will also be carried along with him. That is a message for us. He doesn't leave the beautiful trees that are blooming is equal to our manas. Pushpashalinaha. If our minds are also very vimalam and they are in a manner that they are cleansed themselves and you have surrendered to Hanuman, he will ensure that he will take you along with him. Okay, so that's the message for us here. And he will take us to Vimale Ambare. It's not only external skies, but also our Dahara Akasham. The internal meditative state is something that Lord Hanuman is quite eminently capable of conferring on those who surrender to him. Tamuru vegon mathitaha shalaschanye nagottamaha anujagmur hanumantam sainya iva mahipatim. Valmiki continues his thread on this entire scene here. Okay. Uruvega unmathitaha. The Uru again with the power of Hanuman's thighs, the uprooted trees, unmatham. Salascha, there are trees known as sala trees. Okay. This is a Sanskrit word, no other language, please. Anye nagottamaha. The other great trees, okay, that were there in that Mahendragiri. Sainyaha mahipatim iva hanumantam anujagmuhu. Just like how a complete army follows the Senadipati, like that. So the entire set of trees, flowers, and perhaps the winged birds that were there in those trees, they all went along with Hanuman. So imagine, zoom odin mela parandu porar, or pinadi idellam kude varudhu. They all get sucked up into the Vimale Ambare. Sa pushpita grair bahubihi padapairanvitah kapihi Hanuman parvatakaro babhuvadbhuta dharshanaha. So the final statement here about all these trees that accompany him. Bahubhihi sa pushpita graihi. There are so many of these trees that have blossomed on their tops. Agram. Pushpita agraihi. Right? Valmiki also is a botanist. Yeah. Biologist. Botany, zoology. He knows where the flowers bloom. it is only in the agram. Pushpita agraihi, padapaihi, trees, anvitaha, he is endowed with all these beautiful trees that are sort of accompanying him. Kapihi, parvatakaraha Hanuman, he is resembling a mountain now. Okay. Adbhuta darshanaha babhuva. So this was a grand darshan, right? For anybody who was there in that scene, that Lord Hanuman, he is lifting up in the skies, and it's not just one or two flowers, an entire set army of trees which have fully bloomed. They are lifting off with him. So this was actually an Adbhuta darshan. May this Hanuman take all our worries away. Okay. And may he also infuse in us the type of surrender that he himself showed, and the type of surrender that trees showed to him. Leah. So although you may be uprooted in all the types of Arishad Vargas, but when the time comes that the divinity is ready to uproot us, we should be happy. We should be like the blooming flowers and surrender ourselves to the divinity. Saravantothaye vrikshaha nyamajjan lavanam bhasi bhayadiva mahendrasya parvata varunalaye. Atha saravantah ye vrikshaha mahendrasya bhayat parvataha varunalaye iva lavanambhasi nyamajjanne. So just like when the rocket, leaves into the space, it drops off various stages, isn't it? So again, respecting the laws of physics. So there is a certain distance that all these trees will go along with Hanuman. But after that, there is a force of gravity. So what happens to them? They fall back into the ocean. That is what is described here. Okay. Saravantaha means here huge abhinartham. Ye vrikshaha. See again, those trees which are really massive, they will fall back due to the effect of gravity. But if there are smaller shrubs, the lighter ones, they perhaps will stick on to Hanuman, isn't it? So adan nam ego jaasti vechindona damalni kizhe vizhundirum. But if our ego is light, our ahankaram is not so big, we will always be in the company of divinity. Adum oru message ah nam vechikalam inga. Okay. So the massive trees, what happened to them is the mahendrasya bhayat parvataha varunalaye iva. With due to fear of Mahendra, apparently the mountains, they shake and fall into the ocean. In a similar manner, perhaps he's referring to some Puranic event where out of fear to Lord Indra, the mountains fell into the ocean. Okay. But the Tattvic interpretation is Indra is the controller of our mind, and he is capable of conferring. Mountains represent Prithvi Tattvam. Varunalayaha represents Up Tattvam. So if you have proper control over the Indriyas, right, you become a Mahendra. Who is Indra? One who has control over all the Indriyas. And it is possible to get that kind of layam from Prithvi Tattvam to Up Tattvam. That is perhaps the Tattvic meaning here. Okay. The other one is, of course, if you are lighter in nature, you will always be in the company of divinity. Sanana kusumaihi kirnaha kapihi sankura korakaihi shushubhe mega sankashaha kadyotairiva parvataha. Sankura korakaihi, that is trees which have lots of sprouts and buds. Okay. Nana kusumaihi, different types of flowers. Kirnaha, spread over Akirnaha, Sankirnaha, nariya words irukku. Kirnaha means to spread over அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். Megha Sankashaha, resembling a cloud. Saha Kapihi, Khadyotaihi. Khadyotaihi means Khana Akasham. Khadyotaihi are fireflies here. Parvataha Iva Shushubhe. So this shloka is all about describing Hanuman in that particular state. Okay. So basically, Hanuman is shining up in the sky after all the big trees have fallen down into the ocean. So he was covered with tender sprouts and buds of different kinds of flowers. Seriya, whatever is heavy has fallen off. Whatever is left out is making Hanuman shine up in the sky like he's resembling a flying mountain, first of all, with lot of fireflies. In the kuti kutiya, the minmini puchin solom. Adu madri, he is shining up in the sky. Vimuktastasya vegena muktva pushpani te drumaha avashiryanta salile nivrittaha suhrudoyata. Tasya vegena vimuktaha te drumaha. Because of the speed with which Hanuman has left in the sky, drumaha again is equal to padapaha, which is equal to trees. These are all synonyms. Seriya, konja konjama samskritam ellarum kattukkom. Kalpadrumaha adin kelipattirukkinga illaya? Kalpadrumahana kalpa vriksham. Drumaha is equal to vriksham. Right? So because of the speed, Vimuktaha te drumaha. Mukti adanjirthina kizha vilindirthina artham. Pushpani muktva nivrittaha. So what happened was, is a beautiful description here. Imagine the pride of a tree, a blooming tree, is equal to dash.
No.
Yeah, go on.
No.
Flowers. Flowers are the pride of a blooming tree, isn't it? These trees have now fallen off, but the flowers have stuck to Hanuman. So what is the analogy that Valmiki is giving? Nivrittaha suhrudo yatha. Meaning just like we give a farewell to our friends, right? So likewise, the trees have bid farewell to the flowers. Okay. And so be it, for the good of it, basically, isn't it? When our ahankara dissolves, what gets left over, unless you are a Jivan Mukta, right? We still continue to live in this body. Without ahankaram, we cannot live in this body. That ahankaram becomes what is known as a sattvika ahankaram. That is very light. That is of the form of flowers. Okay. And it's a good riddance. We better get rid of the mountainous egos that we carry around ourselves with. So that's again a subtle lesson here. Salile avashiryanta, they fell into the water. Salilam, ullanghe sindho salilam, salilam. Salilam means water. Avashiryanta means they fell into the water. So this is a beautiful description. See, a Kavi is capable of describing many things, isn't it? So first he described Hanuman, how he is, what he is resembling, etc. He is also describing the fallen objects and how they bid farewell to the flowers. That is also described here. Laghutvenopapannam tat vichitram sagare patate drumanam vividham pushpam kapivayu samiritam tarachitam ivakasham prabhabhau samaharnavaha. So now there is a description of the ocean that all of this fell into. Okay. So first Hanuman, the trees, and then within the tree he split the trees and the flowers. Now he is describing what happened to the ocean. Laghutvena upapannam Vichitram kapivayu samiritam lagutvena upapannam. So being light, lagu naka small, light, ella meaning agumuga. Upapannam, that which has risen up. Vichitram, so what has risen up because it is very light? It's the flowers. They were light and therefore they went along with Hanuman. So they were very colorful. Vichitrama irukku. Kapivayu samiritam, they are driven by the Vayu Vegam that is there with Hanuman. Drumanam tate vividham pushpam, the different flowers of the various trees. Sagare apatate maharnavaha tarachitam akashamiva prabhabhav. So just like there are, so now the flowers also are slowly falling off. Okay. The difference is the heavy ones fall off very easily, very quickly. The other light flowers, they fall off very, very slowly. So if you are a student of physics, you drop both a flower and a massive tree in vacuum. Which one will fall quicker is a GCSE question, isn't it? Which one will fall quicker? Both of them? Yeah, none. The answer is none. That is, both of them should have the same speed, which is nothing but the that is dictated by acceleration due to gravity. So when there is no vacuum, both a light flower and a massive object, they both fall with the same final velocity. But given that there is friction in the air, the flowers fall off very, very slowly. So that is the beauty here. And they get sprinkled just like the stars in the big sky. So he's comparing that with the way in which the flowers, they fall into the entire ocean. So imagine Lord Hanuman is, flying up in the air, and the flowers, they are different colors. They are slowly dropping off, and when they fall in the ocean, it resembles like stars in the sky. So how we wish we were all there at that time, isn't it, when this happened? But no worries. When we meditate on him, it is possible to recount what exactly happened. That is what Valmiki Maharshi himself did, isn't it? Where did all this come from? Tapaswadhyaya niratam, tapasvi vagvidam varam, naradam paripapracha Valmiki munipungam. So one who is endowed with tapas and swadhyaya, you can anytime accomplish these types of great visions. And because this is Sanatana Dharmam, these are Avatara Purushas, they make an imprint on space and time. It kind of carries itself beyond space and time. It doesn't matter whether it happened in Treta Yugam, even in Kali Yugam. If we were to have that kind of tapas and swadhyayam in us and a guru to guide, it's possible to relive these scenarios or scenes. Pushpaughenanubadhena nana varnena vanaraha babhau megha ivakashe vidyudgana vibhushitaha. A description of Hanuman again. Nana varnena anubadhena pushpaughena. Hanuman, who is completely covered now with various different types of flowers. What did he resemble? Vidyudgana vibhushitaha. He is as if glowing with lightning in the skies. Meghaha iva babhav. So what is the best decoration for clouds? The best decoration for clouds is a lightning. Our spouses, if they are very fair, they will become our decoration, isn't it? Likewise, here the clouds, Shyamala Varanam, there is no distinction between black and white here. Everything is a color of the Lord, isn't it? But it depends on how the Kavi is describing it. Just like how the lightning is a decoration for the clouds. Okay. Likewise, and how it resembles, it is kind of dazzling. Just like that, Hanuman is now decorated with various types of colorful flowers. I think we'll conclude our session here today with all the divinity and the colors that are expressed, the colorful Navaratra that will bring on various moods in us. And may we all turn those moods into divine experiences. So with these words, we'll conclude our session today. Narayana.
Guru Charan Nirbhara Bhakta Guru Charan Nirbhara Bhakta Samsara Chiradhava Mukta Guru Charana Puja Krishna Krishna Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam Rakshasi Nija Hridayastam Devam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate
Kayena vacha manasa indriyairva buddhya atmana va prakrite swabhavate karomi yatyat sakalam parasmai shriman narayana yeti samarpayami sarvam Sri Ramachandra arpanamastu. I'll give a sneak peek of the Golu if you have a couple of minutes. I hope this shouldn't prevent those who want to come here from not coming. This is just for the benefit of those who cannot physically come down here in person.
Garudar Hanumar Kami.
I'm coming slowly. You can see the Ramayana events in Sundara Kandam. Is the Setu Bandhanam here. And then these are the events after Ravanavadam, Pattabhishekam, and then Lavakushas, Ashwamedhaya, horse, and lastly Agni Pravesham. And this is the central part. Starts off with Gajendra Vardhana on top. Then Varaha Swami, Lakshmi Varaha Swami, Pattabhishekam. And then the Paramapadanathan with all the Bhagavatas, Shuka, Narada, etc. And Lakshmi Narasimha, Sudarshana, Hayagriva, Lakshmi Narayana, and Lakshmi Narayana again. Then Narasimha, Puri Jagannatha. And then Ulagalanda Perumal. And then this is not to be missed. In every house you will see the Dashavatara. And then Arupadai Veeda, Lord Shanmukha in all his glory. And then our depiction of our day-to-day lives. And this is a new edition. This is the Varanamayiram.
To show from Krishna to.
Yeah. I'll start off from here. On this side is the Krishna Lila. So there is Srinath ji, and then Guru Ayappan and Mohini Krishna. And then you'll see here Krishna doing the hairdo for Subhadra, Panduranga. And then here you have Govardhanagiri, Manargudi, Rajagopalan, Udupi Krishna. And then we depict the Leela of Krishna, starting with Jananam, Vasudeva carrying Krishna, and then the various Leelas that he performs, Navanita Krishna, Putana, then Bakasura, Kalinga Nardanam, and then Ulu Kale Baddha Udara Shavarim, the Damodaraha, as we say, then Mirabai, followed by Leelais with Gopikas. You will see the Muttikasura and Muttikasura and Chanura, along with Krishna and Balarama. Then there is Kamsavadha that happens. And Krishna is now ready to get married. He's looking for too many damsels there, but the best among them is Goda Pirati. So this is a depiction of Varanamayiram, where he starts off with the Mappalai Ayappu by Periyalvar and the entire retinue of people there. And you can see Andal behind. She is describing the Kana Kanden Toinan. And then the different scenes in their wedding. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not able to see the camera. So at the very back is the Mappalai Kashi Yatre, where Narada is part of Krishna's team. So he is saying, let us go back to Himalayas. But Periyalvar requests, please consider marrying my daughter. Then Andal, the Malai Mat, that is, they exchange the garlands. Theriyala? Is it seen now? Yeah?
You have to come up and show it. You have to explain the story.
Yeah. So at the very rear end of this whole set is the Kashi Yatre, followed by the exchange of garlands, and then Andal changes her dress into a proper dress here for wedding. 9 yards saree from 6 yards. Okay. And then there is Kanyadanam that happens here. And maybe take it closer. Are you able to see Kanyadanam? Yeah. Kanyadanam happens, and the walk around the holy fire, Agni, followed by Machinar Poriyadrathu, and then Metti, Ammi Midichi, Arundhati Parkaradhan Solrathu, and the other Stali Papam and other rituals. So these are all part of the divine wedding that happens. And finally, are you able to see the Yanaila Mappalai Sametama? Yeah? Little up? Little up? Yeah? Okay. So both Andal and Krishna are now one with each other. So that's the Serti Sevai. So we'll conclude the Sundara Kandam. Let me know if you are able to see this. Are you able to see? Little up. Yeah. So you can see it starts with the ring Lord Rama giving the ring to Hanuman. Then one of the events in Sundara Kandam, the Simhika Rakshasi. You can see a flying Hanuman and Sita in Ashokvanam with all the Rakshasis, and Hanuman describing entire Ramayanam up to that point to Sita Mata, who is then finally handing over her ring. So, thank you so much for your patience and have a great day and a week ahead.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
Thank you.